Barzaga was only able to present his analysis. He started presenting his analysis at almost 9 o'clock in the evening. Medyo pagod na ho tayong lahat ng oras na yon. Can I request the committee to allow Congressman Barzaga to repeat at least the salient points of his presentation last night so we can have a continuity of the thinking process dito po ngayon, kasi mahirap po na i-divorce po natin yung nangyari kagabi sa presentation ngayong araw. In other words, Mr. Chairman, kung pwede ulitin na lang niya yung presentation niya para sariwa po ang lahat.
Congressman Barzaga.
Una, nagpapasalamat ako kay Kong Boying Remulla sa kanyang manifestation. Pero I will just be making a brief summary of what transpired last night para sunod-sunod ang takbo ng ating interpellation. So maraming salamat.
Congressman Barzaga, gaya po ng sinabi ko sa iyo kagabi ay maaari ka pong muli magtanong ngayong araw na ito at sana po pakibigay po sa amin yung brief summary at very brief lang po, Congressman Barzaga. Maraming salamat po.
Let me start my interpellation, and the summary shall be given once the issue would again be touched in my interpellation. Unang-una, for clarification, na-suspend ang hearing natin kagabi sapagkat pinag-uusapan na sana ang ABS Holdings Corporation. Unfortunately, walang resource person ang Abs-Cbn Holdings Corporation. Kaya ngayong araw na to, ipagpapatuloy ko ang aking interpellation sa ABS Holdings Corporation at gusto ko lang malaman kung meron ng resource person para sagutin ang paglilinaw sa Abs-Cbn Holdings Corporation.
Mr. Chairman, we have on Zoom 3 resource persons for ABS Holdings Corporation. Mr. Benedict Tugonon, Tax Counsel, Ms. Kaimol, Milani Kaimol, the auditor or internal auditor, and Ms. Josephine Abarca from SGV Accounting Standards Group.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
sapagkat ngayon pa lamang ang ito pa lamang ang unang pagkakataon na sila ay harap sa ating pagpupulong, iminumungkahi ko na sila, katulad ng ating mga resource persons, ay isailalim sa isang panunumpa.
Yes, Honorable Barzaga. May we know if there are other guests who are here for the first time, Comsec? Yes, can you put it on record? Are there other guests, Comsec, that are new to this? Okay.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes, we have. May we request the guests here in the plenary and those in Zoom to take their oath, and we direct the committee secretary to administer the oath. So ordered.
May I ask the resource person from the Abs-Cbn Holdings and from Ms. Catherine Lopez to please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth before these joint congressional inquiries, so help you God? Thank you.
Thank you, Comsec. Thank you to our guest here and in the Zoom. The Honorable Barzaga may continue.
Mr. Chairman, sa ating pagpupulong rito, napakaraming financial statements at dokumento na binigay ang ABS Corporation, pati na ang kanyang subsidiaries and other companies. Kaya ang una kong tanong, yung bang financial statements na binigay dito sa committee, katulad ng Abs-Cbn Holdings Corporation, is there anyone who can certify na yung mga dokumentong niyon ay authentic, accurate, and true?
Abs-Cbn.
For holding, so we have Ms. Kaimol who could. She's on Zoom.
So the authentication is being asked on ABS Holdings documents. Yes, may we request the representative to kindly reply to the query of the Honorable Barzaga?
Good afternoon, Your Honors. I'm Lani Caimol for ABS-Cbn Holdings. To answer your question po, the financial statements and other documents that were submitted to your office are authenticated po.
Marami pong salamat. Honorable Barzaga.
At para maiwasan ang issue ng confidentiality ng tax records ng isang corporation, I would like ABS-CBN Holdings, kung katulad ng ABS-CBN Corporation, wine-waive nila ang confidentiality ng kanilang tax records.
Opo, Your Honor.
Yes, wait. Are we asking BIR or ABS-CBN Holdings?
ABS-CBN Holdings, ito po ang sinimulan ko kagabi,
Yes,
pero
Your Honor.
hindi natin na ipagpatuloy sapagkat ang sabi ng mga resource persons ng ABS-CBN, walang sino man silang representative na pwedeng sumagot sa ABS-CBN Holdings Company.
So hindi na po ang BIR o ano pa pang ahensya?
Well, the BIR definitely would be necessary
Yes.
for confirmation ng tax payments and tax records ng ABS-CBN Holdings Company.
So may we ask the Associate Commissioner Cabantac?
Later on, Mr. Chairman,
Okay,
pag ako na
go ahead.
ang tatanong. Okay. Unang-una, sa ABS-CBN Holdings Company, 3 corporation ang ating pag-uusapan base sa aking paglilinaw. We have the shares of stocks of ABS-CBN Corporation, shares of stocks of Lopez Incorporated, and of course, ABS Holdings Company. Just for the record, tama ba na sabihin na itong 3 korporasyon na to, ABS-CBN Holdings, Lopez Incorporated, at pati na ABS Holding Corporation, ang lahat ng controlling stockholders or majority stockholders would be the Lopez family? Sisi natin, Mr. Chairman, ABS-CBN Corporation, totoo ba? The controlling interest is the Lopez family.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Susunod naman natin, ABS-CBN Holdings Company, Corporation. We have the corporate secretary, my good friend, Attorney Yason.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. And what about Lopez Incorporated? Totoo ba na ang controlling stockholder ng Lopez Incorporated ay ang Lopez family? From
Mr. Chairman, Lopez Inc. is controlled by 4 family corporations or belonging to the Lopez families, different branches.
Okay. So, ang Lopez family is controlled by 4 family corporations coming from the Lopez family.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you very much. So, sisimulan natin ang istorya ng ABS-CBN Holdings Company. Wartec, what's the official name? The official name is that Wartec Holdings Corporation was organized on March 30, 1999. It has a capitalization of an authorized capital stock of 10,000 pesos.
At that point, Your Honor, yes.
Tama. Nagsimula ang
Hindi po 10,000 pesos, 1,000 lang po, Congressman Barzaga.
1,000. Thank you for the correction. Tama ba? 1,000?
1,000.
And 50% belongs to Lopez Incorporated.
Today, ho, it's 60%.
Ha?
Today, it's 60%.
No. In 1999 pa lang
Yes,
tayo.
Yes, Your Honor.
In 1999, 50% Lopez Incorporated, 10% to Oscar Lopez, 10% to Manuel Lopez, 10% to Presentacion Pinakis,
Sinakis.
10% to Romel Duran, and 10% to Eugenio Lopez III. Tama po ba, Mr. Attorney Kwasi?
That's correct.
Quezon, okay. Pagkatapos, pagdating ng September, binago ang pangalan ng Worldtech Holdings Corporation at ginawa itong Abs-Cbn Holdings Corporation. September 16, 1999. Tama po ba?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. And then, after several days, nag-transfer ang Lopez Incorporated ng 132 million shares of stocks ng Abs-Cbn.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Oh, that's correct. Thank you very much. At siyempre, nung i-transfer ang shares of stocks ng Lopez Corporation to Abs-Cbn Holdings Corporation, to the holding company, what was the mode of the transfer? Binigay ba lamang to ng Lopez Incorporated? Binili ng Abs-Cbn holding company o inutang?
It was transferred through the stock exchange. The Abs-Cbn shares were already listed at that time. And Abs-Cbn shares were already listed at that time, and they were transferred by Lopez Inc. to ABS Holdings. And
Abs-Cbn
shares were already listed at that time, and they were
were
transferred.
already listed. Eh siyempre, ayan yung aking kaibigan, si Mike Defensor, kahit na to listed, para ma-acquire ng holding company, there must be a transfer. Tama po ba?
Yes, it was transferred.
And so what was the mode of the transfer?
It was transferred to the stock exchange, and there was a liability on the part of ABS Holdings to
Okay,
Lopez.
so there was liability on the part of Abs-Cbn Holding, or on the part of the holding company, the Lopez Incorporated.
Yes.
And how much was the liability?
I don't. It will be the about 46 pesos.
So binili
Per-
rin ng ABS Holding Company ng 46 pesos per share, and that would total to, I have the figures. Titingnan ko lamang, Mr. Chairman. 46 pesos times 132 million shares, that would be equivalent to 6,072,010,000 pesos.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, yes. So, itong 6,072,000,000 investment ng Abs-Cbn Holdings Corporation representing the Abs-Cbn shares.
That's correct, Your Honor. It will appear in the books as an asset of.
Okay. And it
ABS.
was acquired at 46 pesos.
Yes, Your Honor.
At iyon namang liability would be also for the same amount of 6,072,010 pesos.
That's correct. But that was paid when ABS Holdings issued the PDRs to.
And that
and
would be?
About the same amount, Your Honor.
Okay. So yung bang PDR for 132 million, which was transferred by Lopez Incorporated to the holding company at the price of 6,072,010,000 reflected as a liability in the books of accounts of the holding company.
The liability was already paid. What happened was Lopez Inc. transferred the shares to ABS Holdings. ABS Holdings booked that liability to Lopez Inc. And then ABS Holdings sold PDRs, and The proceeds of those PDRs were used to pay Lopez Inc. and to offset that
Dandan muna
liability.
tayo. I'm a little bit confused. Very basic naman tayo rito eh. The holding company at the very start does not own any shares of ABS-CBN.
That's
Tama po
correct.
ba?
That's correct.
Pagkatapos, later on, the holding company was able to acquire 132 million shares of stocks from shares of stock ng ABS-CBN Corporation.
That's correct. Your Honor.
Yes. At syempre, yung acquisition nila, nakalagay sa kanilang asset, 6 billion 72 million 10,000 pesos.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Asset. Basic naman bookkeeping. For every asset, there must be the corresponding entry on liability or capital. You don't have to be an accountant. Simple bookkeeping. So ano ang ginawang entry ng holding company sa kanilang liability and stockholders' equity?
May liability ho ang ABS Holdings to Lopez Inc. of that amount, 6 billion.
Yung ba reflected sa financial statements ng holding company?
It was reflected in the books at that time.
Okay. Next question. Naibenta ba ng holding company yung 132 million shares of stocks?
Hindi po. Ang binenta ho ng company, what ABS-CBN Holdings did was to issue PDRs.
Okay.
Over the
To
underlying
issue
shares.
PDRs.
Yes, Your Honor.
Babalik na naman tayo sa dating problema. Yun namang PDRs, alam natin, there is the underlying common shares of stock.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Kaya ang susunod kong tanong, Panyero, yung bang 132 million shares of stocks where the corresponding 132 million PDRs were issued?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. And it was issued for what amount?
46 pesos.
Ha?
46 pesos.
46 pesos. At base rin sa inyong presentation, whenever a PDR is issued, kung kanino in-issue yung PDR, as long as he is a Filipino citizen, he would be entitled to 1 share of stock, assuming that he exercised the option price.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So madaling sabi, example natin, 132 million shares of stocks nasa Philippine Stocks Exchange. Para maibenta ng holding company, they must have an agent. Tama?
A broker or...
Ha? Or agent or broker, kasi ang ginamit nyo, security agent. Merong broker ang seller.
Gumamit ho ng underwriters ang ABS
Okay,
Holdings
kaya
at
nga
that time.
sinabi nyo, ano ginamit yung underwriter? Security Bank and Trust Company.
Hindi ho. We had other underwriters.
Ano?
At that time, it was